Hello everyone, welcome to English Sucker. Let's start the line by line explanation of the 10th part, that is the final part of the chapter The Enemy. The story so far. In the story, we have seen that the governor's plan of killing the American through the assassins could not get executed. In fact, the general forgot his promise, and Dr. Sadao wanted to get rid of this American man at the earliest to save his family's life and his reputation. Consequently, he devised his own plan to pack the soldier off to the nearby island. Accordingly, he made necessary arrangements and provided instructions to the man to leave the place safely. The story here continues. He went into the guest room that night before he went to bed himself and checked carefully the American's temperature, the state of the wound, and his heart and pulse. Everything is checked. He made sure that the man was in a good physical condition to leave the place or to take the problem of journey or to take the exertion of journey. The pulse was irregular. Maybe the man was nervous as he was supposed to leave in dire condition, but that was perhaps because of excitement. Sadao understood it was quite natural. The young man's pale lips were pressed together as if he wanted to speak something. He just wanted to make some kind of disclosure, and his eyes burned, and means he was also in a difficult situation, and only the scars on his neck were red. Because of this they turned red. I realized, and finally he opened up and he said that he understood that Sadao was trying to save his life, but Sadao in response said that he had nothing to do with his life. Rather he was trying to save his own life, his family's life, and how his presence was always a kind of inconvenience to them, and that he could tolerate no longer. He had hesitated a good deal about giving the man a flashlight, and he had a single flashlight which he had to provide to that man, as that night was dark. But no moon night it was, but he had finally decided to give it to him after all. So here at this point we say that how selfless and sacrificing he is in his attitude. It was a small flashlight that was his own, which he used at night when he was called by the patients. So and finally he gives some instructions to him that how he could be safe there. And he says that if his food runs out and gets out of stock before he gets a boat, Korean boat, he asks him to signal him by making two flashes with the help of the flashlight. At the same instant the sun drops over the horizon at that particular time, and at the time of sunset two flashes would indicate that his food ran out. And then he further said that do not signal in darkness, because it will be seen by other persons and people can have suspicion about presence of someone there, and then he could be caught. If you are all right but still there and not left the island, he said, signal me once. And if you will find fresh, he further said that how he could just help himself with the food in difficult time. You will find fresh fish easy to catch, but you must eat them raw, as fire would give a signal of presence. Okay, the young man breathed. He was dressed now in the Japanese clothes which Sadao had given him, and at the last moment Sadao wrapped a black cloth about his blonde head to hide the bright almost brown hair of this man. Now Sadao said, He asked him to leave. The young American, without a word, shook Sadao's hand very warmly, and there was enough compassion there in the heart of this man, and then walked quite well across the floor and down the step into the darkness of the garden. Once or twice Sadao saw his light flash to find his way, but that would not be suspected by anyone. And then he waited until from the shore there was one more flash that indicated that the man had finally reached the island. Then he closed the partition, and that night he could sleep. Now, the next scene is when Sadao remembers that just after a few days, or almost after a couple of weeks, Sadao remembers that just a week ago, when he had gone to general at the time of his operation, he had informed the general about his escape. So now this scene is a bit dramatic and ironical and humorous too. You say the man escaped? The general asked faintly. He had been, because he had been operated upon a week before, and an emergency operation it was, to which Sadao had been called in the night, and for 12 hours Sadao had not been sure the general would live. The moment was very critical. His condition was very much critical, as the gallbladder of the general had some very critical problem. Then the old man had begun to breathe deeply again and to demand food, and very soon he became normal, and he started leading a normal life. Sadao had not been able to ask about the assassins. Sadao wanted to inquire whether the assassins were ever sent by him. So far as he knew, as far as his knowledge is concerned, the assassins had never come. The servants, on the other hand, things became normalized, and the servants also returned, and Yumi had cleaned the guest room thoroughly and had burned sulfur. It is also a part of a superstitious attitude of the Japanese here. She just burned sulfur to remove the bad smell of the white man, and but nobody said anything. The servants didn't speak at all or make any inquiry about the man. Everyone decided to forget everything, every matter. Only the gardener was a little bit annoyed, because he had got behind with his chrysanthemums. Before leaving the job, he was attending to the plants of chrysanthemums, a flowering plant, but because of his absence, maybe the condition of the plants is not good, so he was a little upset. But after a week, Sadao felt the general was well enough to be spoken to about the prisoner. So after a week of his operation, he decided and went to the general to talk about the matter. And this was the moment when the general was informed. Yes, Excellency, he escaped. Sadao now said, disclose this matter, and he coughed, signifying that he had not said all he might have said. So a bit dramatic scene, but was unwilling to disturb the general further. But the old man opened his eyes suddenly. As soon as Sadao said this, that the man escaped. Just after a few moments, the general opened his eyes in sudden surprise. Then he remembered that prisoner, he said with some energy. Did I not promise you I would kill him for you? So at this place we learn that the governor himself admits here that he had almost missed that plan. He could not execute that plan because it seems that he had forgotten. You did, Excellency. Yes, you made such kind of promise that you would send assassins. Well, the general spoke, the old man said in a tone of amazement. He was surprised at himself that how could he forget. So I did. Yes, of course, I made such a kind of promise. I was actually suffering a good deal. The truth is, I thought of nothing but myself. So here we can see a kind of confession is being taken by the general, that he himself admits that throughout these days he just was self-absorbed. He just thought of himself and nothing else. So this raises a question mark on a person sitting on such a responsible position. In short, he said that actually I forgot my promise to you. And Sadao expresses his surprise at this, that how could he forget? That was such a serious issue. It was certainly very careless of me, the general said, but you understand it was not a lack of patriotism or dereliction of duty. However, it is this matter only. The general lacked patriotic fervor, and moreover, he was derelicted towards his duty. There was the negligence towards the performance of duties. But he says it was not so. He looked anxiously at his doctor, and then, with a little fear and doubt, he just wishes to have a promise from Sadao. If the matter should come out, you would understand that, wouldn't you? Means now, at this point, the governor wants Sadao to promise him that if this matter comes out that Sadao had reported the general about the presence of an American person at his home, but instead of taking any strict action immediately or urgently, the general almost forgot the matter. So in this way, questions could be raised on the reputation and duties of the general. So now here the general wishes that Sadao should promise him that he would not go against him. Now, certainly, Your Excellency, Sadao gave assurance. He certainly understood the general was now in the palm of his hand, means was completely under his control, and that as a consequence, he himself was perfectly safe. Now, he was very much sure that nothing would happen against him, and in this way, his family, his reputation, everything is safe. I can swear to your loyalty, Excellence. You are too loyal towards the nation, Excellence. Ironical here, sarcastic, he said to the old general, and to your zeal against the enemy. Everyone knows about what kind of enthusiasm you had always against your enemies. You are a good man, the general murmured and closed his eyes. So in this way we see almost a kind of deal took place between the general and Sadao. You will be rewarded, and then the general appreciates that Sadao will be rewarded for his kind work, for his services towards his nation. Now, this scene is over. Now, after a few days, almost after a week, Sadao again was there watching the island. He was just looking at the place to check whether the man had left. But Sadao, searching the spot of black in the twilighted sea that night, finally had his reward. The reward about which the general had talked, actually, in other form, Sadao's actions have been rewarded. What way? There was no sign of light in the dusk. It was almost dark. No one was on the island. His prisoner was gone. All the factors indicated that the man had left the island, and his prisoner was gone, safe, doubtless, for he had warned him to wait only for a Korean fishing boat. Now, he stood for a moment on the veranda, gazing out to the sea from where once the same American man had come that other night. And then, as soon as the face of this man came one by one, he just started thinking about all those Americans with whom he was close. There came other white faces he had known in America. For example, the professor at whose house he had met Hannah, the professor who was a dull man, and his wife had been a silly, talkative woman. And in spite of her wish to be kind, they tried to be good with their foreign students. And it is believed that the Americans always had a prejudiced attitude towards the other foreign people. So he remembered his old teacher of anatomy who had been so insistent on mercy with the knife, and then he remembered in particular the face of his fat and slatternly, dirty almost landlady. He had had great difficulty. He remembers when he was just searching for a dwelling, a place to live or a room, and finally he got a room with the help of this lady. She allowed him to stay, and the Americans were full of prejudice, and it had been bitter to live in it, knowing himself their superior. Now, how he had despised, almost hated the ignorant and dirty landlady, that old woman who had at last consented to house him in her miserable home. So, all the things were against any kind of liking for which he could develop liking. He had once tried to be grateful to her because once she had in his last year nursed him when Sadao was suffering from influenza. For that he would always remain grateful to this lady, but it was extremely difficult, for she was no less repulsive or hateful to him in her kindness. So at this point we learn that Sadao instinctively always had a kind of dislike for the white American people, and now he remembered the youthful, on the other hand, now he remembers the youthful haggard face of his prisoner, almost tired face of this prisoner, white and repulsive, equally hateful. So at this point, he wonders that when he hated all the Americans, then why was he not able to kill this man? Strange, he thought. I wonder why I could not kill him. So in this way, we see that Dr. Sadao emerges out as a good human being, and at the same time, he proves himself a person full of patriotism, and who was also devoted to his profession. So with this we come to the end of this story. Let's look at the vocabulary section. Chrysanthemum flower, thank you for watching.